Hey, welcome back to WalleyWorkshop.com. We just pulled this bass boat in here. It's my nephew's boat. He wants to upgrade and put a new trolling motor on here. So, you know, this thing, we don't want to scratch it at all. She's an old one, but you know, that's what we do here at Walleye Workshop. Help guys out that need a new trolling motor. So Scott's going to show us how to do it. He's a Minn Kota guy, and let's see what he can show us here.
Yeah, we're going to be putting a new Minn Kota Fortrex on here for Jamie's bass boat. You never know what we're up to in here. I'll fix all kinds of old stuff, but you know, these old boats are still good boats, so we're going to make some improvements, and Jamie will have a good summer on the water. So the first thing we're going to do with this, we're going to tear the old one off, and then we'll get started on mounting the new one. Ready? Let's go.
Let's go.
One of the first things we need to do before we set it on the boat and line up the holes, we got to mount the main motor to the Minn Kota bracket. So it's pretty simple. You just find a flat workspace, workbench, back of your truck like I'm doing here. All you got to do is just set it up on there, line it up, and there's an Allen screw that goes right over the top, cap screw. Screw that right in. Alright, now that we've got the motor mounted to the bracket, we need to go ahead and attach the high pressure gas shock to the bracket as well. There's just nothing but a threaded rod on both ends that will slide through the mounting bracket, through the shock, and out the other side. And each end gets a flathead screw, and each screw has a thread lock attached to it. Alright, before we go and drill the holes, just like when we mounted the Minn Kota on my Pro V or the motor guide on Mike's, a couple things we want to keep in mind. On this Fortrex bow mount, as long as you got the point of this bow mount over the bow, you'll be good to go. Just put a straight edge on there, make sure that is straight up and down from the bow. You'll have clearance when you drop the motor. Same thing with the head of the unit. Make sure that's not overhanging the boat because you don't want to rip that off on the dock. And that's it. We're ready to line up the holes and start drilling. Because we're mounting this to a fiberglass boat, we're typically mounting our stuff to our aluminum boats. It's carpeted. Typically the Minn Kotas come with these flat washers to put underneath the bracket so you don't scratch up the deck. But we can't get our hands in the access panels too small, so with Mike running the motor guides, he's got a bunch of extra, it's like a molly and the nuts on the back side, and it's rubber grommet and almost like a blind rivet. So that's what will hold the motor down underneath the deck without us having to stick our arms in there. So let's get at it. Okay, everything's mounted. The last thing we got to do here is just mount the prop. There's a shear pin that comes with each one of these. Probably a good idea to have an extra shear pin in the boat and an extra prop, which we do. And just in case you hit a big rock, you can change it on the water. It could ruin your whole day if you don't have it. Alright, we got the prop mounted. Everything's pretty much done. Mike's little nephew, Jamie, he left us without a graph, so we can't hook up the universal sonar right now. And he also left us without the plug. But we tested the voltage. We got 24 volts. This is a 24 volt, 80 pound thrust Minn Kota Fortrex. And once we get all the rest of the parts, we'll hook up the universal sonar. This thing should be good to go. I'm fully confident it's going to work just fine for Jamie the rest of the summer. Well, that's it for this show. Thanks for watching. We don't know what we're doing next week, but I'm sure it'll be something fun, so keep an eye on us. Later.